mate. Good likeness, by the way. I was just thinking we start the interview perhaps by you telling me a bit about yourself, really. But yeah, my name's Tim Prince, or the Prince Meister, as my friends call me. Oh, God. Classic bunch, that one, I tell you. Oh, God. But anyway, yeah, sorry. As you can tell from my CV, I recently finished college and, after about 2 years, and the reason I feel that I'm suited to the role is that I think I've got a lot of talent in the area brackets S that you're looking for in me, from me, to give to you, to perform in the job, but, stay in me, so, you see what I'm trying to say? Have you got any experience in a similar sort of role? Yeah, previous experience, I used to work as a cashier at the co-op, so could you expand on that at all? Well, not really, no, I can't really expand on that any further. I mean, I think I've said all there is to say on that, I think if you look at my CV, you'll see there that, it explains what my duties were in that role quite clearly. What would you say your strengths are? Well, I'd say that one of my biggest strengths is my sense of humour, because I make people's lives better through the medium of laughter. So, and I don't accept any criticism for my comedy, because some people, they try and think of flaws in it, but it's obvious that they've just made them up. They can't spot any real flaws, so they make stuff up, and it's just so obvious, It's like if I do this now, look at that, look at what's in my hands now. Nothing exactly, yeah. And I could be doing this for years, without stopping, even when I'm in my sleep, and I'd still have nothing in my hands, right? So, and that's what it's like when people criticise my comedy. They're basically, there's nothing to criticise, because my comedy has been finely crafted through at least 8 generations. So, jokes from me. Also, something I can do that no one else can do is that. Can you hear that? Good, isn't it? I'd also say that another strength is the fact that I look like Alex Delage a little bit. That's one of the, from A Clockwork Orange. I always, that's one of the things people first notice about me. In fact, I've just brought along something here. It's, eyelashes. Like I say, and so what I thought I'd do is just to add to the look a bit. Sorry, mate. How is this a strength? Well, yeah, this is relevant because it's a strength. It's showing you that, I do look like someone, but at the same point, I'm not going to steal their personality. So if I just, like, all I need now is the glass, don't I? Just sort of. What weaknesses would you say you have then? One of my weaknesses probably again my comedy. I know I said that was my strength, but it can also be a weakness because. Sometimes it can be a bit too good for morale. And what I mean there is, well, really, for most people it's fine, they're able to just stay on the edge of the cliff. But, for some people, and we're talking like 0.15% of people here, that sort of percentage of people can sort of, if they hear a lethal enough joke, they can sort of fall off the edge of the cliff. And you'll never see them again, at least in the living state, and that's very tragic. For example, I was going into work one day, and this was about 8:45, and there was an ambulance outside, so I thought, oh, what's going on here? As you would, and suddenly I saw, one of my colleagues being wheeled out, and I said, I had to go up to my manager and say, hey, do you know what's up with Sheila? I just seen her getting pushed out on one of those ambulance bed things, whatever they're called. And, he said, yeah, she knew you were coming in today, and, she knew you were coming in today, and she laughed herself into a coma. Apparently she's still in the coma, and it's been about 3 months now. And, yeah, so yeah, sometimes my jokes can be lethal, but you know, just think, is it worth it? And most often the answer is yes. Good for morale, good for personal happiness, lower suicide rate with me than with most other workers, so it's a win-win situation whichever way you look at it. But, you know, like I say, comedy, weakness. So why do you want this job? Why do I want the job? Mainly for money, if I'm being honest, you know, and 57 quid a week from the job centre isn't that much, and you know. So yeah, I'm looking to get more money, more of that cash money, like I say, and basically, you know, just you know, I want to save up and go on a few holidays, you know, get away from this awful job. I tell you. Oh, only kidding. You know. Oh God, classic. All right, okay, yeah, I think we've got everything we need here. So yeah, have you got any questions for me? Do you think I'm too beautiful for the role?